was, my throat is being fucky. Like, extremely fucky. I don't know if it's because of we went to Russell Peters yesterday or not. All I know is that I woke up with it being hurting and I was like, oh, fuck this, because, you know, we're doing the thing in 2 days. We jammed today and I sounded pretty decent, even with my fucking throat. But if it's worse tomorrow and on Saturday, it's gonna sound fucking horrendous, and it's highly, highly depressing. Oh, whoops. Highly, highly depressing for me. But as you can see there, I printed out the sneak peek, but you probably barely can see it. But yeah, fucking Russell Peters is so fucking funny, you know? You know how so many people, like, because Russell Peters is, like, one of the very, very few comedians that can work with race, and it's funny. It's either people do jokes only on black people, only on white people, or only on men, only on women, but he just goes AWOL on fucking everyone. His opening line was, "G'day, cunts." He's from Canada. It's the third time seeing the man. He's fucking funny, you know. You know how a lot of Gen Z nowadays, majority of them have become like, identify with this and that, and like, if you're born a woman, you turn out to be, well, actually you identify as a male or in between, or yada yada yada. So he was going on a spiel about how are you going to get offended by me not knowing what you want to be called. But then, which was real, but then again, he was annoyed at them, but then instead of saying motherfucker, he said otherfucker. And that's perfect. It's so simple, and I don't know if he got it from somewhere, if he came up with it himself, but that is going to stick. The term otherfucker, oh my fucking god. My dad's seeing him on Tuesday after the weekend, but because he's down in Perth. But oh my fucking god, that was one of the best things of the night. Otherfucker, you know? Because very few of the audience were Gen Z. Like, Coben and I consider Gen Z, but not by a long shot. I'm 2002, he's 99. When you think Gen Z, you think 2010. So it's like 8-year difference. We're in the weird, like, post-millennial, pre-Gen Z period, where, like, we grew up with millennial shit, however, people think we grew up with iPads and shit. Bro, we didn't have Wi-Fi until I was, like, at least 10, you know? Fucking, I had to use home phone for God knows how long. I grew up watching VHSs of the Blue's Clues and fucking Spider-Man things growing up. Then when we got the Spider-Man DVDs, I was like, holy shit, I didn't fucking rewind this. And he was like, and the coolest thing is that people think comedians plant audience members. Perfect. Those 4 Muslim girls, he did a lot with them. Because, like, usually the first half an hour or 20 minutes of his act is he fucks with the crowd, you know, to warm them up for his actual set. Which are, like, comedians, unlike songs where you're like, oh shit, this song ended, it's about to play another one. Unlike concerts, with comedians, you don't know when they'll end, so they will either just end or they'll move on and continue for an hour. And, like, that's why, like, they don't stop. They just keep on talking for an hour, and they should go to more comedy shows. Honest to God, I should, but I don't really have time to do that. But one of the best things is that when he called out people, he was talking in the middle of the show, he was talking about how all Gen Zers have anxiety. So then he pointed out to a kid in like one of the front VIP rows, and he said he was 20. And it turns out to be one of my fucking mates from basketball. I have this photo of him up there. And the entire spiel was directed towards him because he, like, being called up is quite daunting and it'd be anxiety inducing for anyone, but Gen Z more so because they haven't learned to exist in a social sphere. But the most brilliant thing about it is that he was talking about how, oh shit. Okay. Yeah, it's because he was talking about how we just have the access to find porn and be like, oh hey, and forget about it. Like, or if you're actively searching it out, you're done within 10 minutes or whatever. If you're a male or female, I don't fucking know. But one of the brilliant things he did is that he related to how Pornhub titles are like white people food, and we were like, what? Then he said, let me explain. And he was like, because white people food are like, lemon zesty chicken. And that's exactly what you're going to eat. However, in like India country or anywhere else, you get a dish, and that's the dish. It has a specific name. It's not the ingredients; it's the name. You know, you get a curry, and curry could arrange for anything. You get biryani. You can get paella. You can get all these things. Well, they're just names for them. But within in white countries, it's fish and chips, macaroni and cheese, lemon zesty chicken or whatever. Then he related that to like it's like a Pornhub title. You know exactly what's going to happen just by reading the title. And it was like, holy shit! It's like what the no one. I don't think a lot of people would have thought of that. But then going back to Pharrell, he was pointed to him and talking like you have such an ease of access to pornography. Back in the day, like, you couldn't just go home because you only had one TV, yeah, and back in the day, porn was full on movies and, like, you had to be an actor to be. Like, that's why when you think of pornography, you don't think of OnlyFans girls. You think of, like, the greats, like Ron Jeremy and, like, Lisa Ann, who's, like, predated the internet from ages, and, like, just the famous names. If you don't watch porn, you know their names, you know? I think Ron Jeremy retired even before, like, cam girls were even a thing. But going on that, like, he was talking about how he had to, like, wait till, like, 2 a.m. or some shit to go downstairs to get a VHS and be quiet and look upstairs, put it in the VHS system and, like, all these sounds, and then he has to turn on the TV and turn on the volume in the same instance, and the TV makes a noise when it turns on. My old TV's did that old LG we had. When you turn it on, it makes this weird noise. It activates the screen, and he's talked about how that's anxiety inducing, and like you don't know anxiety, and like oh my god, that was one of the best bits because he kept on going back to Pharrell, my basketball mate, and it was fucking brilliant. Honest to you, like. Sure, I got a bit annoyed that he was there in the VIP row because every time I fucking see him, he's in a VIP section everywhere. I don't understand how he has a single mother and his mother dated one of my other mates' dads, and I don't know if they're together at all because that last time I saw him in person was fucking ages ago. Like, he fucking met Kobe Bryant for some fucking reason. He was at VIP and Snoop Dogg the other day. It was VIP just here and there, and like, how the fuck do you have access to all of this VIP shit? How are you loaded? Then Kobe and I were talking about it would be even more funny if he doesn't even know what a VHS is and doesn't know all this shit. So it'd be even more funny about making fun of a Gen Z kid. And Mum would be like, "No, you guys grew up on VHS." But then I quick-witted back saying, no, well, his family is obviously rich. They must have got very high-end tech as soon as they were released back in the day. So he probably had like a DVD player when he was born, while we had a VHS tape thing until I was like at least 5. You know, DVDs are still new to me in a sense. You know, I remember using floppy disk for my old computer. And I'm Gen Z. That breaks people's brains when I say that we had a floppy disk computer downstairs in my dad's study that I use virtually every night for homework and all this other shit. But fuck me, he's such an amazing comedian. Sure, he's very cancelable, cause like he has such a very niche audience, and the audience that loves him the most are the audience that relates to him the most. You know, majority of his audience are Indians. He's an Indian himself. You know, he makes fun of Canada. He lives in he was from Canada. He was born in Canada. He makes fun of Americans. He lives in LA. Oh my fucking god! And even his openers, you know, one comedian called Craig Gass, which I've heard of before, and he has amazing impressions. Because I knew that I somehow knew this, but I knew a comedian's family was all deaf. Turns out to be him, and he learned how to do voices by watching TV, and he does the best Lars Ulrich impression I've ever fucking heard. You know, and my Instagram caption is can't believe I saw Metallica for the first time tonight, and it tagged both Russell Peters and Craig Gass. I don't think any of them have seen it, but I found it a little bit funny. I think my dad will find it funny when he sees them, but then the other opener, Franklin Ayaje, or Ajaye. He's a comedian from back in the day, like the 70s, and he lives in Melbourne, and he's like 70 something. I was like, holy shit, like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know, he was one of Russell Peters' most favorite comedians growing up. Next thing you know, he met him yesterday, the day he was opening for Russell Peters. It's like, how the fuck does this even happen? You know? Do you just find out, oh shit, this person lives here, do you want to reach out to them? The thing is, I don't even think Franklin even had a set. He's just a funny man just telling stories, because he told about a story that happened yesterday to him, you know? It's like, holy shit. Like, it's so personable, you know? There's not really any jokes here and there, but like, I like comedians who make you think of like scenarios, then just ruins it at the end. As in, it changes it at the end, you know? Like, I forget his name, but, Jack Whitehall does it a lot, you know? He's one of my favorite comedians. Whenever he comes to Australia, I need to see him. He's so fucking funny. Yeah. I really should, because I really like watching comedians stuff. I love watching Who's Line. I love watching, Would I Lie to You? I love watching, Countdown, you know. I even like watching some of Jimmy Carr's stand-up from time to time. Like, his jokes are funny. I don't like him, but his jokes are funny. But Sean, bro. Damn. He was funny as well. Also, I get a lot of Luke Keachel comedy on my page. Anyways, let's play the game for a bit. Not a very long time, maybe till like 12:30. Maybe even 1. But I need to, watch, I need to get into, I want to say Harry Potter. I need to get into Kung Fu Panda tonight, because I haven't watched the movie in the past couple of nights. Last night, I don't know why, well the night before, I don't know why either. But yeah, I honestly suggest, if you just don't reserve going out to see shit just for comedy, or just for concerts, because sure, seeing a band live is a special thing, but comedians thrive in a live space. Musicians not necessarily, because they can just create this shit and just release it and never need a tour. Look at Infinite Annihilator, look at like bands like Gorillaz here and there. Sure, Gorillaz have done live shit, but they're not a band. They're a fictional characters. No one knows who their identities are. People believe that the lead singer of Gorillaz is the lead singer of Blur, which is actually so understanding. But yeah, I just really hang on, why aren't you working anymore? Oh, that's why. Anyways, yeah. I think comedy is like such a good thing to see live, whether it be your favorite comedian or not. Like, sure, I don't really find I don't know if it's my inner misogyny or whatever, but I really laugh at female comedians. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's almost like I try to like I don't know. It's like I'm more like critical on the jokes they make, but then I realize majority of the female comedians that I have seen on my Facebook video feed always do like jokes about men and dick jokes, and it's like Look at the new design. I do not like singers that up themselves. I really don't know why. Hang on. I'll still say I've only been playing for an hour and a half.
Look who's back! Probably wondering how I got here, huh? Or if you've read any of my comics, you... Alright, time to cheat.
Ravonna, is this a new TV?
in your area if you aren't too busy.
They do know I'm Luke Cage, right?
Ooh, I can't feel my face.
I hate the way...
Stupid snow. Taking forever to plow.
I do wonder, what is the Gwenpool mission? What?
No matter how old you get, nothing beats walking through fresh snow.
Fake news reports are being circulated saying people don't like being part of Chronopolis. Citizens are reminded that watching or listening to any news other than official Kang news is a crime punishable by lifelong imprisonment. Also, did you hear about our free Kang-O-Rail service?
Okay, so I think we need to do some free play in order to unlock specific shit. Like, we need to unlock specific things to unlock the Gwenpool missions, which I found to be a little bit weird. So why do we need to unlock something to unlock things that unlock me something? That's like, you know, like the first thing you should do is get red bricks. That's what I did with Lego Marvel 1 and even Avengers.
Engine's all busted up.
happening up in that ruined building? Man, I do not get that fancy
Is it?
There was some questionable training taking place on the map.
Comrade, I need your help.
Ooh, I can't feel my face.
That cool lock Dr. Strange has on his sanctum? Where can I get one of those?
We thought we were in the clear after being rescued from the base in Siberia, but it seems we were wrong. Not long after our return, the other members of the Winter Guard went crazy, started attacking everyone in sight. This behavior, it is a lot like what happened back at the base. I'm no scientist, but my guess is that this is some kind of delayed reaction to the Presence's mind control radiation, which means the only way to save my comrades is to fight them. And for that, I will need your help. Excellent. Then we should hurry and look for my comrades. Fighting the Winter Guard will be no, how you say, cakewalk in park. I should know. I am one of them. I just hope we can deal with them one at a time.
I really want to roll a big snowball down the mountain. Times are hard enough in the city without giant frozen boulders hurting water.
These are the Presence's men. We must be on the right track.
The symbiote suits without symbiote.
Foolish humans. I hope you're prepared to be beaten. You leave me no choice but to crush you. Surprise.
Hang on, what is Hell Ragnarok?
You call this a challenge? I have battled the great and powerful Hulk. Enough with these small fry. We must hurry and catch the big fish.
So, you are the ones who would defy the Presence? Prepare to be destroyed!
Sasha, my friend, this is not you. Stop this madness.
Do not test me, furry beast! Face the power of the Dark Force!
Hopefully I won't run into anything too stressful.
The might of the Presence is absolute! Don't stand in our way!
Sweet annual festive holiday. What just happened?
Mikhail, where am I?
Welcome back, my little Ponchiki. I'll explain everything when I've rescued the others. For now, just rest. Come, comrade. We must rescue the others.
I am Iron Man. But, you already knew that, right?
Thanks, buddy.
Let me guess, you're wondering why I wasn't affected by the radiation. I'm gonna put it down to my extra body mass. Or maybe bears are just immune. But again, I'm no scientist. You leave us no choice but to bear arms. You mess, this doesn't put me in a very cuddly mood. I am not your garden variety anthropomorphic bear. I am Ursa Major, King of Bears. Hulk smash back up! They were no trouble.
No one can stop the might of the presence. I recommend you surrender, little bear.
I don't want to have to hurt you, Dynamo. Please, you must fight it. Wait, did he call me little?
Move aside, or I will simply blast you aside. You are no match for me. The presence will have his revenge. I will see to that. Prepare to feel the sting of defeat. What was I just doing?
I'm glad you're back with this, comrade. Wait here. We still have to help Alexei. Now, we just have to save the Red Guardian, and this will all be over.
Hail Hydra!
More of these small fry. They must be gluttons for punishment. I'm going berserk! I'll put you into hibernation! You really think you stand a chance against the unsurpassed power of Ursa Major? They were barely worth our time.
So, you made it past the others. Well, the Red Guardian won't go down so easily.
Your mind is not your own, Alexei. Don't let the presence manipulate you.
This is your first and final warning, villain. Don't stand in my way! How about I reshape your face? Never underestimate the science of punching!
Of course,
I don't feel bad about turning in my own brother. He jaywalked. Can you think of anything more insulting to the supremacy of the Empire? My head. Mikhail? What's going on?
It seems you have returned to us, comrade. Well, we did it, my friend. It brought me no pleasure to fight my comrades. Well, maybe Dynamo. He gets on my nerves sometimes. But I'm certain that once they've recovered from battle, the Winter Guard will be back in action and mind control free. Even with my strength, I couldn't have done this alone. Большое спасибо, my friend. If you ever need a helping claw fighting Kang, you can depend on me. What this?
I heard it was you that helped Mikhail. Thank you. My mind is back to normal, but my body may take a little while again to fully recover from our fight. Why not kill some time with a race?
You know, that was a nasty bump you gave me earlier. I guess I should thank you, though. Better to have a little bump than be some mind-controlled slave. I should be fit to join your cause soon. Though, you know what I always find makes time go faster? Racing!
Thanks again for what you did for me and the rest of the guard. Ursa joined you, right? Well, I'd be a bit of a heel if I didn't too, but... Well, I've been sitting here a while waiting for someone to do this race. I'd feel stupid if I left now.
Picasso has done it again. The optical suggestions of the negative space bring the distinctive formal juxtapositions of Crowbar, Watermelon, Friday.
All systems engage. Okay, let's show them what we got.
Oh, the way one travels through the dog bowl. The artist has created a powerful metaphor for how one can be transported by flavors and magic dog bowls. Oh, fascinating. I didn't realize this was an interactive piece. Truly fascinating. The latter is a particularly apt piece given our current situation, for it is the very thing we need to escape this collapsing building. Fabulous, darling, just fabulous. Believe me when I say there are no artworks I'd rather be trapped in a building with more than these.
There was some questionable training taking place on the mountain earlier. Must be some new kind of...
If you're interested, we have a sculpture on the bottom floor containing a celebrity. It's a little ghastly, but incredibly powerful.
How do I get myself in these crazy...
That didn't sound healthy. Unless it was meant to do that. Art is so diverse these days. It's hard to know what the rules are.
I have no idea how that happened. Thanks, true believers.
hope you're leaving us feeling enlightened. Was that guy with you?
Saw a monkey fighting a bunch of snowmen earlier? Maybe I've been up here too long.
This is the best pizza in Chronopolis, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
How am I supposed to make the greatest production the world has ever seen under these conditions?
I know we've got a whole new bunch of problems now, but I have to ask. Did anyone ever sort out that...
You! Yes, you! Make yourself useful and fix that generator. Our debut performance of Hulk, the musical, is well behind schedule.
That cool lock Doctor Strange has on his sanctum? Where can I get one of those?
There was some,
I've noticed some criminal activity not far from where you are. You know what to do.
It's pretty unique.
And we have power once more. But where is our star? Is he still asleep? Someone wake him up! A stage without its star is like soft serve without a code. A mess! Our star is probably still sleeping in his trailer. That boy can sleep through anything. Hurry and wake him up!
The master says I won't make any progress in my training until I stop wearing overcoats and start wearing gis. But it's so cold here. What do you think?
Ah, there you are. Get on that stage already.
All right, already. Get off my back, Dad.
And try to look a little more awake.
But that's my secret. I'm always sleepy.
All right, the show's about to begin. I've saved you a seat in the front row. Sit down and behold the magic of musical theater.
Yep, definitely prefer these shows when they ain't doing the talking.
I preferred the movie, and the book, and the dream I had that one time.
I love this part.
Isn't that the guy who played, what's his face? You know, in that thing?
Oh, bravo, bravo. Maybe just credible rather than incredible, but for the first night, not too shabby.
Great. Now, can I go back to bed?
You played a major role in this performance yourself. Allow me to thank you with this.
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside. Somebody owes me.
Maybe we'll see you at a future show.
Saw a monkey fighting a bunch of snowmen.
Thank you, thank you. You're the real stars.
Just want to go.
Thank you for...
Strap right up, whippersnappers, young and old. If you've made it this high, you automatically qualify. I hope he won't be as disappointing as the last test subject. Such agility! Most impressive. Or so I'm assuming. This is a pre-recorded message set to play after a certain amount of time has passed without failing.
I'm so confused.
What do I get out of all this, I hear you ask? What? Can a guy set up an elaborate assault course hundreds of feet above ground without some ulterior motive? This is all extremely valuable data. Being evil is at least 50% research, you know?
Oh my god.